Buenos, vamos a continuar en español ahora. Usually, that's the best trick I have to get your attention, to make sure you're listening. And I'm just going to go off script for about 30 seconds because you've heard a lot about constant and stability, but I guess I'm the sort of aparté, as we say in French, of that, because they actually hired an almost 6-foot-tall woman who has a French last name, which happens to be 100% British, and speaks Spanish like a Cuban. So there are changes at Pembroke sometimes, too. On a more serious note, mon nom est Françoise Lyon. Je suis première vice-présidente chez Gestion privée de placement à Pembroke. La majorité de vos portefeuilles d'investissement détiennent probablement une répartition d'actifs qui comptent des actions, des obligations et du comptant. La répartition que vous avez choisie dépend de vos objectifs et de votre tolérance au risque. Nous croyons que chaque client devrait choisir la répartition d'actifs qui leur est propre, tout en révisant cette répartition de façon périodique. C'est ce que nous appelons la répartition stratégique d'actifs. Nous ne croyons pas qu'il est possible de prévoir de façon fiable quelle classe d'actifs sera celle qui connaîtra une surperformance dans les marchés. De ce fait, nous n'essayons donc pas de faire ce qui est communément appelé du market timing. In most cases, fixed income securities, whether they be government bonds or corporate bonds, play an important part in most people's portfolios. And we believe that investors are well served by owning a bond fund rather than owning the bonds directly, because the funds offer better diversification, better liquidity, lower costs, and often higher returns. Over time, we would expect fixed income funds to offer returns that are lower than the equity funds, but with substantially less risk. They are an important part of any properly diversified portfolio. Pembroke a établi un partenariat avec Canso Investment Council pour gérer nos produits à revenus fixes. Canso Investment Council is one of the leading firms in Canada focused on investing in debt markets. The firm was founded in 1997 and is based in Toronto. Canso manages fixed income portfolios for institutional clients, foundations, and endowments, as well as the funds that they manage for us. Like Pembroke and William Blair, Canso is focused on fundamental research, is partner-owned, and has a solid long-term record. Canso manages for Pembroke the GBC Canadian Bond Fund, which is a mutual fund focused on investment grade and government bonds, and the Pembroke Corporate Bond Fund, which is a pool fund focused on more volatile and higher yielding corporate bonds. Please keep in mind that our pool funds are not mutual funds, and they are available only for accredited investors. Over the past 3 years, Canso has done a great job at managing the GBC Canadian Bond Fund and the Pembroke Corporate Bond Fund. The investment grade fund has grown by 7.5% per year over that time, and while the corporate bond fund has grown at a rate of 12.5%. These are positive absolute and relative returns that we are very pleased with. Canso has a research-driven approach to investing in the bond market, and they are willing to be different than other bond managers in order to try and be better. During 2011, their differences detracted from performance, and their returns, although positive on an absolute basis, were negative on a relative basis.